Welcome to an episode of Tangentially Related, the podcast that's like a phone call with your bestie. I'm Lena, and I'm here with my bestie.
Gina, that would be me.
That would be you. And we're just gonna have a little chat today. What are we chatting about, lady?
New Year's resolutions, goals, things that piss me off. I don't know. We're really.
Are those all related?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. This is one giant ball. And am I maybe occupying our podcast time for us to bitch and vent? Possibly.
Love that.
You know what? This is our podcast, and we can do whatever we want.
We can do what we want. No one's telling us what to do.
What I maybe want, what I clearly need, I don't know, this year is just the fucking audacity.
Okay.
Clearly, I need more audacity because why has every man in power around me just been so ridiculous?
Ugh, girl, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Over all of them.
And it's like, oh my gosh. And you laughed, so I know you know what I'm talking about.
100% I know what you're talking about.
We had some stupid work stuff recently where, oh my gosh, just people with, like, I don't know, a sliver of authority are trying to change things and make decisions without consulting other people. And it's poorly done. It affects everybody. And I just think, like, well, I don't think that that's very considerate, but there are certain times where I'm like, wow, clearly I just need to bulldoze my way through things.
It was like, be more of an asshole.
Yeah, maybe. Oh my gosh. And it just reminds me of wonderful advice that I have received where, you know, when you're looking at like opportunities, whether it be a new job or something else, just remember there are plenty of mediocre men doing that job. You might as well apply.
For real. Yes, I've gotten that advice too, and it's just one of those things where it's so counterintuitive to what women are told, what have been told in history, where it's just like, you don't need to do that. Some big strong man will. I was like, fuck that shit.
No, yeah.
No.
And
I will do that.
yeah, and okay, especially when it does come to jobs, even if your qualifications don't perfectly line up with what they're looking for, that does not matter. Apply anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of underqualified dudes are applying without even thinking twice. Like, thinking that they would be a shoo-in.
Well, and both of you and I, both of you.
Both of you?
Because why not? We're just going to go with all of the weird inflections today. Both of us have hired too.
Yeah.
We've been on both sides of the equation.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I have viewed applying for jobs very differently since I've had to hire people.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather hire someone who has shown me they have good like work ethic than if they have the right skill set. Skills can be taught. Work ethic is harder to teach, and I don't fucking have the patience for it. So it's like, I'd rather you be able to work, and I will just teach you what you need to know.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down preferred.
Especially when we have hired people in entry-level positions, too.
Mm-hmm.
If you come in to an interview for anything, but especially an entry-level position, whether it's part-time, full-time, whatever, and you act like you know everything, you have so much to offer because you are so skilled and you have done so much stuff. Like, dude.
Like, no, you haven't, first of all.
It doesn't require a lot. And we have hired both full-time employees and part-time, especially working with a lot of college students. That is always so funny to me. It's when the younger ones are like, well, I do this and I do that and blah, 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 blah. Like in vague terms. Like I'm a writer, director, cinematographer, blah, blah, blah. Like,
you're like, no, you are not, child.
Yeah, no one has paid you to do those things.
Yeah.
Also, don't be embarrassed by the little experience that you have. Like, it is still good. It is still valuable. We have had students that were like, well, I just filmed my cousin's wedding and then these couple other things. And some of them have turned out to be our best employees.
It is still so hard to figure out if someone you hire is going to be a good hire or not. And I don't think enough people use that 90 days to be like, hey, this is not a great fit. If I were hiring right now, which I'm not, thank God, I don't love it, I would feel bad because I know that like getting a job is hard. But at the same time, I'm just like, if you are just not able to do this job, you're just gonna make everybody else miserable. And I worry so much more about everybody else than this one person I just hired. No. We need to just cut our losses. and continue on our merry way. There are definitely some people that I work with where I'm just like, or we could not.
Yep.
I'll be honest. Everyone has those
No,
people,
yeah.
but I'm just like, we should have utilized 90 days.
Oh, that's true. I could think of a few examples where I'm like, I don't know why
Mm-hmm.
you're still here,
Still
but
here.
clearly you
Police
are.
leave.
Yeah, and I think with our experience of being managers and hiring employees, we do view it all so differently. And the manager to like employee relationship,
Mm-hmm.
the way that things function, systems, processes, all of that. Especially you are a systems and processes person.
Yep.
Honestly, it's such a skill of yours too. Like if I know, hey, we need to do a
Oh,
thing.
thanks.
Yeah, no, you're so good at that. Like just figuring out like okay, this is what I have and this is what I would like. What do you think the formula is? What
Mm-hmm.
could we teach other people to do that would make sense for the company, make everyone's lives easier, like all of the things. Can we do all of those?
Yeah.
Cuz sometimes, you can address the problem and it's not going to be the most convenient for everyone, but it in the long run, it'll help or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of why I am also just shocked that we have had a few things change at work recently where I'm like, are you just reinventing the
Yeah.
process for fun?
Or to feel important. And I'm just like,
I would
why?
bet these are the same people that buy IKEA furniture and just toss out the instructions. Like, no, I got this.
Oh my god. Why would any. Hey, with IKEA, absolutely not. That shit is like a goddamn puzzle.
Yeah,
You need that.
you need it. Mm
Like, unless you are trained in carpentry, and
hmm.
even then, maybe don't.
It really has like been that feeling lately.
That is an excellent metaphor.
Thank you. Yeah. There's something in the air. We've had a recent situation, but this has happened a few times lately.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been particularly men in power who just want to change a process.
And I'm like, why?
I don't know. It feels.
And here's the infuriating part about it. I'm going to interrupt
No, yeah.
because I want to get my 2 cents in.
Tell me.
I understand there are problems at our current job with our workflows, processes, things like that.
Hmm.
And I would be happy if someone were to actually fix them. I refuse to because they won't pay me money to do so. So I'm just like, I'm not going to fix it. It's not my problem to fix. You won't give me a raise.
Hmm.
I probably shouldn't say that on a podcast. Whatever. But if someone actually wants to solve the problem, you have to put the work and research and time into it to effectively solve it.
Hmm.
And not do so, you actually alluded to this earlier, not do so at the expense of other teams.
Yeah.
Because it will solve nothing long term that way.
Hmm.
If a process touches 5 different teams, you need to touch base with all 5 teams to make sure everybody is aware of like what's working, what's not working, what can be fixed for one set that maybe pulls a little bit out another, but how can we compensate for that sort of thing? And it's just infuriating where people are just like, I'm gonna slap a band-aid on it and we're good. I was like, that is a bullet wound and you're putting a goddamn band-aid on it.
Seriously. Yep.
Disgusting.
I have a few things right now that are affecting my team that were imposed by other teams, and then you sort of have that debate of like, all right, what is worth fixing right now? And then at what point, like, do I just need to play ball?
Yeah.
Like, okay, some of this I can work with. I think it's stupid, but hey, I do lots of stupid things. So
Don't we all?
whatever, like what's another? We'll do that. Fine. You wanted it done this way. Just trying to navigate like when to fix, when to not. Ugh, the whole thing.
Anything with corporate anything is complicated.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
And it's annoying that it's so complicated. We work for a rather large company.
Mm-hmm.
And there are pros and cons to that. But the cons are it moves like a tortoise the size of a continent.
Yeah.
Everything like was really slow from a like addressing issues way, but at the same time they expect you to do things quickly, which is so counterintuitive. And unfortunately, that's just the reality we live in. But that's kind of how corporate stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're just like, you got to do things right now, but the entire entity as a company is like, we are molasses on a cold winter window. It's like, nope, it's actually not how this works.
No, absolutely. And I express these frustrations knowing that like this just is how things are right now. It's not the first time you and I have dealt with bullshit at work.
Oh my
Like,
god, if it
if it
was,
was, yeah.
that'd be so nice.
Yeah, we've worked together for years. And yeah, if this was the first time, that'd be insane. So, I don't want to complain too long. But yeah, it's one of those like, oh, what is happening right now? But sometimes these just are the ways of the corporate world because we work with so many like college students and just young people
Mhm.
getting into their industries. I would hate for anyone to think like, yeah, it is bullshit and only quit after working for a few months. Like, sorry, you do actually have to tough these things out.
Yeah.
And there are lots of stupid things at work and you gotta just go with it.
Mhm.
But we are at an interesting point where we have done this job for so long. I mean, different jobs over the years.
So long.
All of the things have changed. Yeah, but like we've done a lot of work together for other people under like a company or for different clients, all of that, that it is so nice to also be doing stuff for ourselves
Yeah. It
and
is.
just to also have the fantasy of our own systems and processes, which we've done before.
Mhm.
But now this time, without input from people who are gonna be condescending and want to change things just so they can slap their own name on it.
Yeah. I love fantasizing about like fantasizing slash manifesting.
Manifesting, baby.
It's just like we're gonna get there. We're gonna do our own thing,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna be able to make money doing it. That stupid
Oh
capitalism.
my
I gotta
gosh.
make money. What?
Right.
You are aware of this because I tell you sometimes where like my brain just decides to focus on like how you and I would run a business opposed to sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Where like sometimes I will just lay awake at night being like, oh man, how nice would it be if we just had 32-hour work weeks? You work when you want, you just have to work 32 hours. That would be dope.
Yes. Okay, and so if this is the first time that you are listening, we are long distance best friends living basically across the country from each other. So we
Yeah.
work remote, also love working remote, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
When I am fantasizing and manifesting, I am dreaming of that hybrid lifestyle of working remotely, but also sometimes in a physical shared space. And what's funny is that's where my brain gets stuck sometimes.
Oh, I love it
Yeah,
though.
I see a cool, funky, colorful office on a TikTok or something fun on Pinterest, and I'm like, man, when we get a shared working space, we
Mm-hmm.
should do this.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I have sent you pins before being like, this is amazing. I
Hmm.
don't do it as often because you live across the country currently and I love you dearly. I'm not
No, I get
not
it.
moving back to Arizona. You need to move to my side. Like let's do that way.
Hmm. Yeah,
And you visited and you thought it was cute.
that's
So,
true. I did like it. Yeah. So my family's from the Midwest, and I spent like a smidge of my life there, but we would always like go back for the summers, and I miss like climate change. Climate change. That's not what I mean. I miss.
I miss climate change. It's like, wait.
Remember climate change? That's still
That
happening.
was
Still a
great.
thing.
No, bad, 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 bad.
No, I miss like seasons. I miss the weather changing. All of that. Not just hot and then less hot.
Hmm.
I feel like is where we're at. So I am definitely interested in moving out of Arizona. I'm curious to see what's in store. I don't know. I think God and the universe have a plan that I am not privy to, which fine.
Hmm.
I guess it's not my business to know right now.
How dare you, universe?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think moving somewhere with seasons and then we could have our shared space and it would be so nice.
Hmm. It would be so nice. One day. Yeah, I do love that I am such a systems person that that's what I default to when I think about it, where it's just like,
That's
this is how
funny.
we could do this. Like, this is how it could work. I feel like I remember messaging this to you probably over a year ago now, where it's like, hey, I couldn't sleep last night. This is a new type of it wouldn't even be a hierarchy, but like an org system for a company where it's based on Venn diagrams opposed to a hierarchical structure.
That's
And I
right.
don't even know what was going through your brain, but I still think that's a genius plan, by the way. Just gonna throw that one out
I
there.
do appreciate that it had a visual element, like a Venn diagram,
Hmm.
because I am very much a visual person. This is probably why I apparently want to be the interior designer for our workspace, I guess.
Love it.
I do remember that conversation. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you sent me me like a voice memo with like all of this.
I'm sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
I was probably high off my ass too.
And
Let's be real. That's where my best brainstorming comes.
yeah, I think I was sitting on the couch.
Because I forget about the how.
No, right? And you're like, who cares about that? But here we are now, Venn diagram, blah, 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 blah. No, yeah, I do kind of remember that. I look up to really good ethical companies, and I think anytime that we're talking about how we would set things up, it's always with people in mind
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that, like, we all need jobs and we want to work and create in a healthy environment, in a place that gives a shit about us.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to be a part of that, but also to provide that for other
For
people.
sure.
And I think, yeah, we're not going to have a super crazy hierarchy and try to be billionaires and all of that. Like, yeah, no, I think we are on the right track. We're slowly making it happen.
Slowly but surely. That's the way to do it. It really is just the money thing.
Yeah.
That's neither of our forte.
How do you money?
Give us any other thing and we can figure it out. But the money thing, damn. Capitalism is the bad guy. This is basically what it comes down to. We will definitely figure it out. I am going to go down the capitalism thing because I just learned so. Well, I didn't. Yeah, I'll say I just learned it. It's fine. Well, because capitalism was a response to the, like, monarchy, basically. Jeez, my brain is so fucking weird. But I learned this, where it's like, hey, capitalism was actually really good when it was first implemented, for lack of a better term, because your money was your own and the king or queen or whoever couldn't just like take it away from you and be like, this is the crown's money and you have no longer been deigned to have it, sort of thing. So like when it first was implemented, actually really good, kind of punk rock, and being like, fuck you, monarchy, this money is ours. I was like, that's so cool. And then the person who was like explaining this was like, and it was really good for that first little bit, but it has served its purpose.
Interesting.
And we need to move on. And I was like, that's actually a really good way of looking at it. So when I say capitalism is the bad guy, it's that whole, if you live too long, like, oh God, what's the phrase where it's like, you live too long, you like go from the hero to the villain,
yes,
or something. You know what's the phrase?
Yeah, you live long enough to see yourself become the
Yeah,
villain.
that's capitalism.
What is that from? Yes, that checks out. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I was like, it served its purpose and it's just stayed around too long and it needs to go away and we need to evolve into the next thing.
Okay.
That is better for people.
Sorry, I had to Google the source. I was like, what is this? I know this. It is from The Dark Knight.
I was wondering, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Batman.
Yeah, you're like, this feels Batman-y. Yes, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
That's the quote. So that's capitalism. Wow. Circle it back to Batman. Love that.
Let's always find a way to just relate things to Christopher Nolan films because I am there.
He's like, I'm sold.
I will watch anything that man does. I love him.
He is great. I feel like I'm about to have to revoke my movie nerd card because I was like, what others have I seen beyond the Batman?
Tell me you've seen Inception.
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's right. I was like, I know I've seen other things. I have seen Inception. It's been a hot minute. I do remember really enjoying it.
Well, you're going to be excited, hopefully, maybe. Later on this year, he comes out with The Odyssey.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Uh-huh.
Is everybody white? Because then I have a problem with it.
Maybe?
Okay. I feel like
I don't
then
know.
we have an
Okay, hold on.
issue.
I gotta look this up. Zendaya's in it. She is not white. Oh,
Okay,
wait.
she is not white.
I knew this. This is so perfect that we happen to mention Inception. So, Elliot Page was in Inception, but this was pre-transition. This was still as Ellen Page. I do not believe that they have worked together since, but they will be, or they are now, or they just have, whatever the tense is, for The Odyssey. Elliot Page is going to be in The Odyssey.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm more into this now, simply since you said Elliot Page and Zendaya. I was like, okay.
Oh, no, it gets
Rarely do they attach to things that aren't good.
It gets better. Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, Matt Damon. So.
That is an interesting cast. Lots of white people. So I'm a little concerned
Yeah, I'm
there.
curious to see where it all goes. Mia Goth is also in it. She's been in like horror films, so I know that that's not your thing.
Nope.
She did that trilogy that was Pearl, X, and Maxine. Those are cool. We'll have to have a separate conversation about those. And then the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie. I feel like more and more people are learning about her and the stuff that she does. So she's in it. And then Benny Safdie of the Safdie brothers, who apparently is often behind the camera and in front of. I guess I didn't realize how often he was actually on camera.
Hmm.
I mostly just remember him being in Happy Gilmore 2. Right? Like when I think of him visually, that's what I picture because I normally just think of him for doing Uncut Gems, which also was Adam Sandler. I don't know that I had put that together before when I watched Happy Gilmore 2.
Adam Sandler does like to work with the same people.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad thing. If he worked in one Adam Sandler movie, I wouldn't be surprised if he worked in another. Yeah, I have no idea who that is, at least off the top of my head.
That is okay too. He wrote and directed with his brother the movie Uncut Gems and does a lot of cool, weird shit like that.
Gotcha.
Needless to say, the Odyssey is going to be a fun hodgepodge of people, and that should be good. So maybe, I don't know, in July or something, we'll have to watch it. We'll talk about it. We'll see if it actually makes it to the podcast. It might not, but hey.
Who knows? Welcome to our brains.
Seriously, as much as we want to relate things back to Christopher Nolan movies, or really just film in general, I'm down. I'm there.
Oh, of course. It's a very common language for us to speak through,
Mm-hmm.
even though we watch such different things.
We really do. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. During one of my doom scrolls, I saw a content creator be like, hey, it's actually really nice when you and your best friend don't watch the same things because you can have the most unhinged opinions and they will back you because they don't give a shit. And I was like, girl, yes.
You know what? Yeah.
I would back you in any sort of like random off the beaten path
Mm-hmm.
idea you had about something that you love that I just haven't seen. And I know you do the same for me.
No, true. Yeah. Okay, so I guess just to give anyone that's listening an example, what have been some of your recent watches?
Oh my god. Well, I'm a huge D&D nerd.
Yes, yes, yes.
100%. It's basically my entire personality. So I watch Critical Role, which is, I realize, not traditional media, but I watch the live plays. But I also love Legend of Vox Machina, Mighty Nine. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Love them so much. But when I'm not D&Ding it up, I love fantasy. I love all the
Mm-hmm.
fantasy things. I will watch the occasional like drama. Love me a good rom-com.
Yes. Love a good rom-com.
I just love relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're so fascinating, which is actually why I love Critical Role, but I won't get on that soapbox. Yeah, that's my typical shtick. But I know that you're not a huge fantasy girly, which is why like we don't usually watch a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, no, true. And it's funny because I got into like romantasy a couple years ago when reading through A Court of Thorns and Roses. So I like things that kind of parallel there. But also that was like me dipping my toes into the genre, which I think a lot of other ACOTAR readers are in that same boat, where this was maybe the first fantasy series, let alone romantasy, that they've read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like some fantasy, not a ton. For me, my recent watches have been all over the place. Looking back at like, I think like entire shows that I had binged, I did a Stranger Things rewatch in preparation for the final season.
Mm-hmm.
Little fantasy-ish.
I don't know, I haven't watched it.
You need to, you need to.
It's on the list.
You might more likely now that you don't have to wait like 3 years for the next season. It's all packaged.
100%.
That's a nice thing about a show finally ending.
Mm-hmm.
I say finally. It was bittersweet. Like, they've been doing the show for 10 years. Yeah, finally did. Yeah, rewatch of Stranger Things in prep for the new season. I feel like whenever we get to talking about reality TV, I find a way to bring up The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yep.
What is it about that show?
I was like, I don't know if you're gonna admit to this here, but okay.
Oh man, I also think that is one of those, if you're like, oh, I don't really watch reality TV, try this one. Just get in there.
It's crazy.
I think you have to give it a couple episodes because they very clearly filmed the pilot a while before they picked it back up. And some of the scandals and things that you think are going to be such a big deal actually don't end up being that huge in the first season.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it gets so good, so crazy. And if you find yourself not totally sucked in, but at least a little entertained, then you can throw that show on in the background while you're like
Mm-hmm.
playing games on your phone or on your Switch or something. So that has been one. I keep thinking I might rewatch another show in the evenings, just like when I'm by myself and I have full free reign over the TV. I have thought about rewatching Dairy Girls, which that might be another one that I need to add to your list.
It's on my list
Oh,
because
okay.
I love. Why can't I remember her name? Ugh.
Is
This
it
is gonna drive me bananas. She's also in Bridgerton. Or am I thinking of a different show?
maybe?
I don't think I am.
Oh,
I'm gonna Google this.
Nicola Coughlin or Coughlin?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Why did that take me so long? I was like, who do you love? Who's in the thing? Yes, it's
Okay.
her.
Yeah.
Yes, no, she is so good. Dairy Girls is fantastic. I jumped on kind of late, it felt like. The show had already ended. There's only 3 seasons, but oh my gosh, they are so good. It's so sweet. It's funny. All of the things. I like that it takes place in the 90s. That is so fun. It just makes me want to go to Northern Ireland so bad.
So let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
It's funny, I've also been talking to my mom about Ireland a lot lately. It just like keeps popping up in different things, and I don't know. I clearly it's calling me.
Calling you. I'm gonna divert us just slightly because I was like, because you're like, oh, there's only 3 seasons. Do you not know why shows in like the UK/slash Northern Ireland, why they usually are only 2 to 3 seasons?
Wait, this is a thing for that region?
This is a thing.
Okay, then no, I do not know.
It's not like a hard and fast rule, but it's kind of like pretty expected for them to only have 2 or 3 seasons because it was a thing that started, and I feel like anyone on the internet is probably going to correct me if I say this wrong, but I don't care. I'll still say it. But I'm pretty sure it is in like honor of a show, like a quintessential British TV show called Faulty Towers. It was like one of those things that was just like universally beloved,
Mm-hmm.
and it ended after 2 or 3 seasons. And it's just been like such an ingrained part of their culture that it's kind of standard. That's why when you like The Office only had 2 or 3 seasons, the UK version, and why it went so long in the US was like everyone who watched the original,
Mm-hmm.
there's like, why would you do so many more seasons? But it's like it's just a thing. It's like a cultural thing.
That is
It's crazy.
so wild.
I'm just dropping all these little bits of information.
Little nuggets and fun facts. That's
These
so
little
fun.
factoids.
Interesting.
My brain is a weird place. No, that's why a lot of British TV shows have like 2 or 3 seasons. And that's kind of it. It's just what's expected.
It feels so very consumerist, but also, if you're on the movie making side, very capitalist of America to just be like, we want more.
We will milk this forever.
Yeah, and then like make a million seasons.
Mhm.
But honestly, like for me, Dairy Girls could have. Like I would have loved a few more seasons. And it did end very intentionally. Like the story is complete at the end of season 3.
Mhm.
They knew what they were doing and it didn't give the feeling of canceled. I will say I do think that a little bit of the end of season 3 felt just a little quick to me. I don't know. That could also just be my selfishness and wanting more time.
Be like, I want some more.
Oh, the girls were just so fun and just so interesting and like it's just so sweet. Wow. Huh. Good to know.
All the things. Speaking of rewatches and
Mhm.
shows that went on forever, because capitalism. Because I mentioned to you recently that I want to start a rewatch of Supernatural.
Yes.
Quintessential fantasy with very attractive people to look at.
Mhm.
It's one of those shows where it's like, I haven't even seen the latter half of it. Like, I think I stalled out at like season 8 or 9, which is saying something.
Mhm.
But now that it's done, I'm like, okay, I want to do it. And it was so funny because I was like, man, this is a really, really big time commitment. I have to be like, get all of the things that are timely, like watched, so then I can just like really dedicate myself to it. And then I did the math.
Mm.
And I think I told you this, but I'm going to say it again because I found it so entertaining.
Yeah.
Because as I previously stated, I watch Critical Role.
Mhm.
Those episodes are 4 hours long every
That's so
week.
wild. Yeah, because it's like playthrough of an entire D&D campaign.
So campaign 3, I finished after it wrapped up because I was like, I'm not watching this week to week. That's insane. So I finished after it wrapped up and I was like, this is a really big time commitment, but I want to know what happens. So I did it. And then I was like, I need a break. But I did the math and I was like, oh my God, it's so much content because there's like 120 some, or yeah, 120 some episodes times 4. And I'm worried about Supernatural, which is 40-minute episodes. Like, yep, they have 22 episode seasons, but that's nothing. That's insane that I was so worried. I was like, this is going to be a really big time. No, that's nothing. That's like one arc of Critical Role.
That is so wild.
What?
But yeah, because it is like such a big commitment. But then when you actually break down the hours and minutes, you're like, oh, I could do this.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's on my docket to start eventually. Who knows when that'll happen? But I want to do it so bad.
No, yeah, you should. One that I want to do, because I like medical shows and things like that. I've never really watched Grey's Anatomy, and that also
Mm.
like has a million seasons, has been on for 15 years. I don't know, something crazy. So, I don't know. One of these days, maybe I'll slowly watch my way through that one.
That's a good one. My thing with medical shows, and I love them. I could have watched House for a bazillion seasons. I loved House.
Mm-hmm.
I watch them and then I self internalize. I'm like, oh my God, do I have cancer? Do I have this random thing that they said? Am I going to die of it? No.
Right.
No, you are not.
You like you know too much, but also not enough medical
Yes.
knowledge. Yep.
That's what it is. And I just like, what is the word I'm looking for?
Hypochondriac.
No, where you catastrophize.
Okay.
Is that it?
That's probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds
Where
like
I'm
where
just
we're
like,
going.
this is 100% gonna happen to me. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
And if it does, it's not because of any reason that you could have prevented. Half that stuff is unpreventable. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like, it's just in your body and it's just there and you've got to deal with it later. Don't worry about it until it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop it.
Yeah.
So I'm very particular about medical shows because I'm like, oh God, I don't want to think I'm sick all the time. But Grey's Anatomy is one of those ones where I feel like I think I would like it, but again, it's such a big time commitment.
No, true.
Dummy face who's over here being like, I literally just watched Critical Role
Mm-hmm.
Campaign 3.
I like getting really sucked in to a show, and then that's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm watching TV, that's the thing I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I did Grey's Anatomy, I would try to treat it differently, where that is my in between show. I watch my other stuff. If I'm watching anything weekly, I'm still watching those things, and maybe just like occasional times when I have the TV to myself, but then I'm throwing on an episode or two of that just so I don't get like stuck in medical hyperfixation for a few months.
I don't know if I could do that though. Just me, like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you can do that, I'm a little jealous just because my brain hyperfixates so badly
Mhm.
on what I'm watching or reading. And that's why I go through phases of both where it's just like, I'm reading or I'm watching something. I can't really intersperse it. There are pros and
Yeah.
cons to this issue.
No, yeah.
Mostly cons, but that's just how my brain works, and I've decided to stop trying to fight it.
No, I get that.
So,
I
yeah.
should maybe not fight it, but part of me is like, hey, Grey's Anatomy is a huge commitment. Don't hyperfixate too hard.
Focus on it and then think you have every single medical issue presented in there. You would die. Like, you would just be dead.
Then actually become a hypochondriac. This is a very different attitude from where we started.
Yes.
It was like, be more audacious, and now become a hypochondriac?
Hypochondria? Emotional whiplash. Love it.
I am feeling in a better place, though, than when we started.
Yay.
Yeah, I was like, these people are stupid! But sometimes you just gotta get it out of your system. Then talk about film and TV and medicine, apparently.
And medicine? Love it. Well, that's what besties are for.
Yes, absolutely.
Gotta let it rant out.
Well, thank you for listening to Tangentially Related. Even though I think the emotions changed from beginning to end, the topics didn't vary too much. I don't know. Watch me say that in these episodes and have someone count. No, you talked about this many different things. But hey, you just keep doing the things. If you're in a corporate grind, that sucks. We feel for you. You got this. Or if you don't even want to talk about work and you're just looking forward to all of the movies and shows that we talked about, wonderful. I'll be watching them with you, and we'll see you guys next. Not see you. You'll listen to us. Yeah,
We'll hear you guys next time.
we'll be back next week. So come back and listen for more. Okay, bye.